Hey guys, a quick disclaimer about this video. I streamed originally Infestissumam on Twitch, and while the stream didn't have a problem, when I downloaded the track, the audio got fucked. So here's a little sample of that. Oh, he's smooth with it. Yeah, it sounds abysmal. I could not upload that track. While it is not my first time listening to the songs, I would still like to offer my lyrical analysis and my insight and experience the narrative once again. Plus, I get to listen to the songs for a second time, so like that's kind of a bonus there. But anyway, I'm sorry I couldn't upload my original reaction to it from Twitch, but I still wanted to upload part of my journey, which is Infestissumam, and then carry on. I will be streaming Meliora later this week live on Twitch, so come join for that. Follow. I'll leave a link down below to the Twitch. But anyway, let's dive in. This is Infestissumam. I can finally say that word right. I had so much trouble. But anyway, here we go. Infestissumam. So what I understood from this is it's basically like the Father, the Son, and the evil spirit, right? Omni Celestis, which means all of heaven. Delenda est. Yeah, so delenda est means something else, which I forgot. I wanted to find out what that meant. Oh, so yeah, all heaven, all of heaven must be destroyed. The Antichrist, so Antichristus Antichrist, il figlio de Satanus, son of Satan, Infestissumam, which basically means attack. So this is like, so the first album basically is about the birth of the Antichrist and him coming into the world. But this album is starting off with basically like a command over the Legion to attack. Like this is a war cry, which is what I love about that. It's basically saying all of heaven will fall to the Antichrist, which the son of Satan, which is awesome. And I'm getting like heavy Avenged Sevenfold vibes from this song. It even feels like a charge forward. Then the key change, and then boom, right into Per Aspera Ad Inferi, which, as I learned, Per Aspera Ad Inferi basically means through struggle toward hell. I love also that you can hear like that bass tone. It's so crunchy. I love that. This also evokes like that marching theme, like cause it feels like a marching drum, right? So like the legions are marching forward basically. This feels like 80s thrash. This is the chugs, man. No, it's the chugs. You can't beat the chugs. Love that. Oh. So like basically the message is like through the struggle toward hell, all your dreams will come true. So just give yourself unto Satan. I love also, like, so far there's a double narrative going on. You're talking about the Antichrist, which is the son of Satan, but then you're also referring to the guy himself. So he's also there, right? The legions of hell have broken through, I guess. Definitely sounds like a marching song. And that bass right there. Oh, it's so good. And then the bell tolling at the end there, like, I mean, I'm immediately thinking of Death Knell, the song, because it's calling forth the bell that rings at the end. So not much is said in this song, because mostly it's just like, it's a musical deluge that it's just evoking that marching anthem, basically. One thing I'd also like to refer to, the album cover of this is fucked up. Like, that is a weird looking baby. The cradle is basically Vatican City, and you've got Papa Emeritus. I'm assuming he was Papa Emeritus at this point, right? Because he's got the Pope hat and everything. But he's standing over the Vatican as this baby is being cradled there. It's evoking the birth of the Antichrist, but the Antichrist is here now, and we have to take care of him, basically, right? But not much is said in this song. It's just a marching anthem that, you know, through struggle or through, was it the rough terrain or something? That's what Google Translate told me. Through the rough terrain to hell. So we're marching forward into hell. Your dreams will come true. Oh, so good. All right, we're going up. This is Secular Haze, which to me sounds like a fucked up demonic carnival song, because it sounds like that music you hear on a carousel. It's so fucked up. I love that. Oh! Like, even though it's my second time hearing it, when that riff drops, it's so... you know? There's no word for it, but it's just... Love that. Oh, it's so good. So, like, this song, basically Secular Haze. So it's kind of like referring to the fog that, you know, people with blind faith experience, like the secular haze. So when you follow somebody like the Weaver of Mist, like a preacher, like a teacher, like someone who is leading you down a path where it's like, just follow me, just believe in me blindly. And, you know, it's a fog, right? And especially when the intents remain obscure. So like you don't know if their intentions are good or not, but they're asking for your blind faith. So that's when you know the fog is here and it's omnipresent. It's everywhere. And you can't. And the line, unfathomable wall-less maze. So it's like a maze. Imagine getting lost in a maze, but there's no walls. It's just fog. So it's a wall-less maze. You're still confused. You still are in a haze state. So like, but you're still in a fog. And this weaver of fog, which this preacher, that whoever has led you into this fog, weavers of mist, right? A secular haze. Oh, so good. I just feel like I'm riding a horse in a carousel. I love that so much. The way that flows, that lyric. Oh. Beautiful. So like, I also love that the way he ends it like that. That's so good. I mean, the second verse is basically saying, you know that his son is near, omnipotent. So omnipotent meaning all strong or invulnerable, basically. And his son, referring to Satan's son, the Antichrist, you know that he is near when she sees eye to eye with spears. So she could be a random she, or characters that we've seen in the narrative so far, like the mother of him, but she would probably be dead. Maybe, you know, like, or a random person, but when she sees eye to eye with spears, meaning when a spear is in her face, right? Could be like either, you know, the oppressive force keeping her down and the army that is overtaking, or, you know, the spear that is meant to protect her turning on her when she's eye to eye with spears. You know that his son is near when youth and innocence disappear. Yeah, you know the world is coming to an end when youth and innocence disappear, and all you're left with is death, right? Forever lost, weavers of mist, fog weaver, hide us in shadows, unfathomable wall-less maze. Oh, it's so good. This is a warning. It's basically saying, be careful, lest you be lost in the fog. Because it's a fugue state. Yeah! It still blows my mind that it was all Tobias Forge. He wrote and produced and, like, created the music. Oh. Yeah. So like this line, he's talking like he is divinity, but he's willfully mispronouncing the word, which is something he's done a lot. He's saying divinity, omniscient. So his power is realized when you see the world revolve with spite, when hate and you know, negativity and all of these dark energies revolve in the world. That is when the devil rises to power, which, you know, if you read into the Christian myth, like, yes, that's how the devil gets his power, by, you know, when you hate and when you think negative thoughts and all of that. So, like, the surge of humanity is oblivious to this. They have no fucking clue what's going on. To the divine bringeth light. The light bringer, which is Satan. Satan, Lucifer, originally an angel, one of the brightest and most beautiful, called the light bringer to the divine bringeth light, right? Let there be night, which is a lovely juxtaposition because he's also bringing darkness. Oh, love it. So even he's using another word here that means haze or hazy, mist, right? Like fog, mist. Oh, haze. Oh, so good. So like you had the opening song, which was basically announcing, like it's a marching song, we're here and the legions are taking over. Per Aspera Ad Inferi, also kind of a marching song, but it built upon what Infestissumam was talking about. And then you have Secular Haze, which is like, this is how we will take over, right? I mean, I'm speaking at it from a narrative sense, but like, this is how the legions of hell will take over, because all of you gullible, blind, religious folk are caught in a secular haze. You are blinded by your own faith, which is the window for us to come in and take over. Right? And then the divine bringeth light. Oh, so good, man. All right, the next song makes me laugh. This is Jigolo Har Megiddo. I still don't know what Har Megiddo means. Someone enlighten me in the comments what it means, because I couldn't find a translation as to what it meant. But I know Jigolo means man-whore. So, yeah. Anyway, this is Jigolo Har Megiddo. Let's go. Oh yeah, this is like a punk rock, Green Day, Sex Pistols type of vibe, which is such a fucking left turn. That riff, oh. So good. So like, I definitely think this song is about, like, yes, because the song is called Jigolo Har Megiddo, whatever, but Jigolo, man-whore, basically, I am the one who preys on weak, I offer everything they seek, I am the one who comes richly endowed, harvesting crops of fields that others have plowed. So this is also, he's using again the the antichrist narrative, but this is about corporate greed. Right? You've got these people who come and profit off of others' labor, right? Harvesting crops of fields that others have plowed. I got rich off of your work, right? I am the one who comes richly endowed. I come from wealth, but also because it's the Antichrist and he's a gigolo, I come richly endowed. He's slanging. And I am the one who preys on the weak, which is kind of set up in Secular Haze because you have the gullible, the people who are in, blind faith. Technically, they view them as weak, right? So I am the one who preys on the weak. I offer everything they seek. I appear as a friend. I appear as a comfortable sight, right? And then, I come from wealth and I profit off of others' labor. So like, that's also speaking towards like corporate greed, which again, very topical. But also the Antichrist is here to take over. And it's packaged as this punk rock poppy vibe. I love it. Which is also cool because he's talking from the point of view now. As opposed to a narrator, he is saying, I am that. Yeah. So like, all right, we'll back up a little bit. But this verse, this is referencing, I believe, like what I took from this verse, he's referencing the Nephilim, which if you follow the Judeo-Christian myth, right, the Nephilim are, so when Lucifer, who was an angel, was cast out of heaven, there were a bunch of angels that took his side and were cast out with him. And when they fell to earth, as a big kind of like fuck you to God, they impregnated the daughters of men, right? And they created these hybrid abomination beings called Nephilim. And, you know, that was, in some aspects, they were the cause for why God flooded the earth, as in the Great Flood, right? To wash out that evil. But that's, I feel like that's what he's referencing here. But also, he's a gigolo. So, like, yeah, I'm going to fuck your daughters and create my own legion and take over. I am the son who comes into the daughters of men, destroying all and make them want it again. And have them hooked on this magic, basically. Awesome. Oh, harmony solos again, man. Yeah, hell yes. Hell yes. Oh, yeah, yeah. And this is singing from the point of view of the daughters that was referenced. So I guess these are the Ghulets, the followers, the female followers. Subterranean Kaiser, which is a nice reference. I love that you can still hear the bass. Like it's so prominent in the track. So that's a lovely line there. Which I also love that he's not taking this stuff too seriously, right? He's not lost in the fantasy element of the narrative. He is like, yeah, these are ridiculous lyrics. This song is about the Antichrist who fancies himself a man whore, right? I am here to impregnate your daughters and create my legion. And he's like, these lines basically, he is the one desacralizer, someone who commits, a desacralization, which is like making something unholy as opposed to sacralization. He is the son of the enticer, the son of Satan. All-seeing subterranean Kaiser. So subterranean meaning below the earth, which is, according to the myth, hell is underground. Kaiser being ruler. He is the way, he is the way. And then he comes in saying, I am the way. Yes, and you invited me to stay. You brought me in here. And however fair and pure you are, you crave the wand. He's calling it the wand, which is so funny. Because, yeah, he's keeping up this narrative of like, you may be clean and pure, but you crave the magic, right? You crave the wizard stuff. All right, Gandalf. You see through me what lies beyond. So I will show you the way, basically. And this line again here. So, if you don't know, Niveus basically means white or snowy. Magic potion Niveus. He's talking about his cum. He's talking about his Antichrist cum, dude. Oh yeah, man, this was an insane song, and to have that like punk rock Sex Pistols, I guess works out because like that's the song, like those are the anthems for the rock stars, who like heavily promiscuous and stuff. So in the 80s and 70s and 80s, I guess. But like it fits with the theme that this guy fancies himself a rock star. He's a gigolo and he's here to corrupt your daughters. So this is also, if you want to think of it that way, this is also a warning song saying, lock up your daughters. Otherwise, the Antichrist will take them away. That was Jigolo Har Megiddo. Let's carry on. This is Ghuleh, which sounds like a dip. Would you like some chips and Ghuleh? But apparently it means also female follower of Ghost, which I learned. But it's also called Zombie Queen, which why that's interesting to me, we'll get into in a bit. But the other word for Ghuleh is Ghuleh, which is what the female followers are called, or his backup singers. Kind of sounds like a ghost, you know, the whispering, like the raspy breath of someone who's undead. Yeah. He's also putting on a bit of an accent in this song. So like, yeah, it's Ghuleh, putrefaction, which is what happens after you die. Your body builds up gases and rots and stuff, and a scent that cursed be. Yes, it smells awful. Under a coat of dust from the darkness rise a succubus. So she's been dead a while, which I also have a doubt, and you can enlighten me in the comments as far as the narrative concerned. The zombie queen that he is referring to here, is this Elizabeth Bathory, right? He's basically, he's raising her from the dead. Is that like a reward for the shit she pulled in the last album and the stuff that's known about her in history? So like, as a reward, I will raise you from the dead. So she's been dead a while, under a coat of dust, right? So she's been dead a while. From the darkness rises succubus. Succubus meaning being a female, like a demon that is a female demon that specializes in sex, right? You have incubus and succubus is like a female demon specifically that basically kills you with sex, I guess, is my way of defining it. It could be a different way. From the earth and rust, which is the red earth below. Bloody, stained earth. Anyway. And also, what does Haris's Dia mean? Oh, heresy as goddess. That's what that means. Haris's Dia. So like goddess heresy. Cool. Feels like a demonically romantic song. Like this song puts the romantic in necromantic, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so she's dead, right? But once a majesty, which is the line that makes me think he's talking about Elizabeth, the Countess. This is such a weird turn from the previous song too, man. This guy is all over the place with his genre influences, which is, I mean, I love it, but it's so like, gives me whiplash. So yeah, once a majesty, rise a succubus and usurp the throne. So take over. And then again, he takes a fucking left turn into this Beach Boys 60s fucking rock. Yeah, so that, I think that's just, he's talking about her tomb here, right? The moon is full and shines an evil blinding light under a monolith, her likeness. So it's probably her tomb where there's a statue on it, right? That resembles her, marble white, because she was important. So she got like a proper marble tomb to sleep in. But now he's raising her from the dead as probably a reward, right? For all the shit she did, worshipping the devil. And he's saying, go usurp the throne. So like, go and take back what they took from you, I guess, right? Can also hear him growl like that layered right there. It's fucking Nosferatu. Ghuleh. Yep. Ghuleh. I mentioned on the last album there was a song that I felt like you could hear that in a Quentin Tarantino movie. This is another one of those. Also worth pointing out, this song is 7.5 minutes long. Doesn't feel that way. Like, because of the variety in the music, feels pretty, like, decent. The chants are back. Ghuleh. Ooh, that's very Ramonesy. It's so good. So yeah, I do have a doubt whether this, like, the character he's referring to here is Elizabeth Bathory from the last album. Because she was left for dead. And now, like, as a reward, after the Antichrist has come forward, he's raised her from the dead to go and take over, basically. Usurp the throne. So good, man. So good. That was... And the jumps in this song, it went from like a romantic waltz type feel, like very ritualistic sort of. Then I don't know, the Beach Boys came to play, and then he's gone into like the punk rock element again, which was really cool. Anyway, the next song is Year Zero, and this song blew my mind, and I'll tell you why. That audio, I had no idea was from this song. I have heard this audio in so many like Instagram reels and YouTube shorts, and usually it's referencing like animals and how cute they are, but like you hear the names of the six princes of hell or six names for the devil, depending on what mythology, religion you follow, I guess. But I had no idea that this was the song that birthed that. Like that blew my mind. And it's just amazing song. Let's go. Yeah, so it could be like six names for the devil or the six princes of hell. Yeah. Right, because Lucifer was an archangel. Oh, it's so good. Because like this one is talking about basically like, he's calling out all of humanity and saying that mankind are like parasites, like lice, because lice don't have eyes, I think, but moving without eyes. So like blindly leeching off the earth, leeching off each other, like equal as parasites. And a day of reckoning will come when your punishment will be to burn. So now he's like, count down together now because it's the new year. It is year zero. So like they've set up the whole legion of army taking over, marching through hell, coming to earth, taking over, the zombie queen rising, the antichrist, impregnating the daughters of men and creating his legions. And now we are starting over. This is year zero. We're starting the clock again. This is a new age, new dawn, new day. And hell, Satan, Archangelo, because Lucifer was an archangel before he was cast down. Welcome year zero. So happy new year, everybody. Oh. Comforting. The ghost. Lord of Flies, which is what Satan is known as also. Lord of Flies, Lord of Lies. And then he goes into the solo, but I want to get there. So like the second verse is basically saying, all the kings and queens who thought they were the big shit, they're crestfallen, comforting in their faith, like they believe their God will save them. Unbeknownst to them, here comes the Wraith, the Nazgul, if you will, Satan himself. Since fate of man is equal to that of lice, which he set up in the previous verse, you shall recognize the Lord of Flies. So, like, we are lice. We are infinitesimal creatures that leech, and we are parasites. And now, behold, the Lord of Flies, which a fly is bigger than a lice, I guess, right? But it's a nice play on words, because Lord of Flies is also like Lord of Lies, which is also what Satan is. Anyway, carry on. This was the solo. Yep. Which was referenced in the previous song. Yep. Beautiful. Oh. Start the clocks again. Happy New Year. And then a second solo to close out the song. So yeah, I mean, the last verse, he's basically like he's driving the point home by saying he will tremble the nations, kingdoms to fall one by one, because your kings and queens are blind in their faith, right? Oh, so good. A daughter to fall for a son, the son of Satan, your daughters, referenced in the previous song. The ancient serpent deceiver, because Satan was the snake in the garden. He deceived Eve, made her eat the apple. We all know how that went. And the masses will be standing in awe. He will ascend to the heavens above the stars of God. So he will usurp the throne. He wants to rule over everything. And then I like this audio because, like, you can hear like everyday voices in it. There's people laughing, you hear a cop car or something, like a siren. Just people, just humans, right? But it's like a recording of it. You hear that static, that noise. So good, man. This is basically the beginning of the new age for this narrative, right? This is the new year, year zero, starting from scratch, and he will remake everything in his image. Wonderful. We're moving on. We're plowing through this album. Next is Body and Blood. This is some Looney Tunes ass music, like someone sneaking. Someone sneaking around. This is the type of music you'd hear. Not that though. This grave will sting. Ooh. This has a very classic rock vibe. Yeah. His body of blood, sharing in common. His body of blood, his body of blood, serving Messiah. Yeah. So I feel like this, he's kind of talking about the story of Jesus or the death of Jesus, right? This grave hill stinks of death because Jesus was crucified on a hill between two thieves, and yeah, it would stink of death. A reek from the ground catches whiff of the hound. Now, the hound could be reference to the hellhound, which is like an omen of death, but the hellhound only appears after, like, when someone's soul is doomed to hell. So I don't know about that. A dead one's breath, right? That's what the whiff, that's the sound that comes. But the casket lid is cold. Jesus was not buried in a casket. He was buried in a tomb behind a rock. Waiting inside is someone petrified that odors old. So this is, I guess, someone waiting for the death of Jesus so they can wake up, because he's waiting inside, petrified, that odors old. So he's been dead for a while, right? But why I say this song reminds me of the story of Jesus, because they're talking about his body and blood sharing in common, which is the Last Supper, right? His body and blood. So at the Last Supper, if you don't know, at the Last Supper, Jesus took bread and he tore it and he gave it to his apostles. And he said, this symbolizes my body. Eat it and you will be awarded a place in heaven. You will be cleansed and you'll go to heaven, right? And then the wine he shared amongst them, and he said, this symbolizes my blood. Same deal. So I don't know if this is like he's flipping the narrative on its head and being like, okay, the Antichrist is also doing something like this. But it basically reminds me of the story of Jesus, because he's serving Messiah. Like, serving Messiah. We are serving Messiah. It's giving Messiah. Anyway. I mean, that right there should tell us, right? Ooh. That is a tasty lick right there. Why did he drag that out? Oh. Yeah, so like eat Nazarene, because Jesus was from Nazareth, Jesus of Nazareth. Nazarene is a person from Nazareth. So eat Nazarene and you kiss the obscene, anointed feet. So I feel like this is about, like it's talking about how they worshipped him as the Son of God. So eat Nazarene, eat the body of Christ, and then you kiss the obscene, anointed feet. Because I feel like it's a dig at Jesus, right? It could reference something else, like eat Nazarene. So he's talking to Jesus, eat Nazarene, and you kiss the obscene, which is why they've broken that lineup. You kiss the obscene, meaning Jesus was always going around helping the poor, helping lepers, helping the diseased. You kiss the obscene, right? Anointed feet. You are holy. Everywhere you walk, it basically are holy steps. You have anointed feet, right? But if you combine the lines, you kiss the obscene, anointed feet, he's digging at the followers of Christ, saying, you kiss this obscene, anointed feet, right? There's a double thing there. Who knows? Let me know what you know. And here he's talking, receive, consume, digest, defecate. I feel like that's also like a dig, because at the end of the day, yeah, eat the body of Christ, consume, digest, and then shit it out because it's food. It's just food. It's not going to give you a place in heaven by eating a piece of bread. So I think it is just a dig at how culty and worshipy that whole Last Supper scenario was. Yeah, I feel like he is just making a dig at the apostles and how very culty they were at worshiping Jesus, and how, at the end of the day, you ate a piece of bread. Is that going to award you a place in heaven just because this guy says so? Really? Like, receive, consume, digest. You're going to shit it out tomorrow. So what's happening there? Anyway, that was Body and Blood. Next up, we got Idolatrine, which I learned is a play on the word idolatry, which is the worshipping of an idol. So I think this just continues on from the previous song about how culty the worship of Christ was, and how idolatry, worshipping idols, is just as dumb, right? And also, Idolatrine sounds like a drug, right? Sounds like a medicine of some kind. Anyway. This also has a very Green Day vibe, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. It's interesting. I think that's exactly what he's saying. He phrased it as idolatrine because it sounds like a medicine, like a drug that you give to the gullible masses that worship, idols, that worship a statue, basically, right? So this is a reference to like preachers and healers and evangelists and stuff, profaner of the vices, someone who speaks ill of like the vices, a simple charlatan. Charlatan is a deceiver, right? So a simple charlatan, he's talking about the healers and evangelists who preach that, oh, come to me and you will be cured, and, come to the church and you will be free of sin, right? Inflaming puerile minds, basically, which is like, yeah, you're inflaming pure minds with the guilt of sin. So like, don't drink, don't have sex, don't jerk off, or you'll go to hell, right? The guilt of sin, and pure gullible people will fall for that. Imaginations fed to children, it has served me well. So he's speaking from the point of view of the Antichrist again, or from, the sinner. It served me well that the bowels of the earth hides the pits of hell. So yeah, the big myth, the big lie, the big, story that you feed children is that hell is below us, right? Hell is in the subterranean portion of the earth, and heaven is in the skies, in the clouds, which is daft and dumb. But that's the story that they feed to children and the gullible masses, right? Idolatrine for the imbeciles. Take this spoonful of idolatrine, children. Oh. Idolatry for the divas and the simpletons, disciples of the washaways and Yeah. So I think this also refers back to secular Haze. This is how we will take over, because you guys are fucking blind. Existence as a human is led in monotony, with all desires drowned in pure sanctimony. That is a wonderful line. This is like, I feel like this is wordplay. Existence as a human is led in monotony, which you can like if you listen to it, it sounds like is led in monotony. So the preachers, healers, evangelists, they lead the gullible masses with monotony, the same droll, the same stories, the same guilt tripping. It's monotonous, and that's how they lead. If you read the lyrics, it says is led in monotony, which means it's monotony, but it's like it's like dragging you down. It's so heavy. It's like lead. It's leaden monotony. It's dragging you down. It's holding you down, keeping you down. You might as well tie a bunch of concrete blocks to your feet and just jump in the river, right? With all desires drowned, impure sanctimony, which is a double entendre. I love this. It's such a Green Day vibe. Yep. That could be like he's speaking as the Antichrist, like, suffer little children to come unto me. So like you suffer under the preachings and teachings of your church in order to come to me. They are pushing you away to come to me. Or it could be from the point of view of the evangelist who's saying like, suffer little children, come unto me. Right? Grant me sovereignty, worship me. Yeah. See how he said that? Suffer, little children. Oh. Ooh, to end it with that organ music, because yeah, you're talking about all the gullible masses that are in church. Anyway, this is Depth of Satan's Eyes. Which is by far my favorite riff on this album. Yeah. This, I feel, is like it is the recurring theme is he's taking a dig at how easy it's become to take over. Like, we don't have to try, right? The legions don't have to try because you people are too busy being blinded by your faith, being blinded by your power, your influence, all of these things. You are caught in a secular haze, a fog, the idolatry. You are blind to the fact that we are at your doorstep and we will take over, right? That's what basically this album is about. And he's using the analogy of like seas, of ships lost at sea. So when like shores are nowhere to be found without a starlit night. So how do ships navigate without the stars in the sky? Like, I mean, back in the day, they used to use the stars to navigate, but without a starlit night, shores are nowhere to be found. On seas of wonder, ye confused strays. So yeah, a lot of ships that are lost at night, That's what's important. This is in the darkness, right? Without a guiding light, you see no way. So how do you navigate? You need to look for the light, right? Through scapes of murmur, through noisy walls of sound, which is a lovely way of saying that. Scapes are basically biomes, areas, regions of murmur, noisy walls of sound, which could be a reference to, again, previous songs where you just have, noise coming from the religious groups, noise coming from the secular groups, that they're just, you're lost within that fog. You're blinded by that. So it ties back to songs like Secular Haze and Idolatrine. And what is the light they see? Yeah. Eyes should not be pulsating. Vortex. So, yes, he's basically saying, like, the ships that are lost at night, the strays that are lost in the darkness, you are looking for a light to guide your way. And what better light than the fiery eyes of Satan, right? The eyes of fire, gaze ablaze, burning light, source of wisdom beyond the Bible lies. So this is where the story, like, becomes, how do we say, like, he's talking in a similar sense to how easy it is to influence you, right? All you need is a light to guide your way. And if you find that, the stuff that the church is preaching, the stuff that the Bible talks about is bullshit, the Bible lies, come into this source of wisdom, Satan's eyes, which is the exact same thing that the church does in order to influence people. He's just using it to influence you in the opposite direction, which is equally as bullshit. Like, if you think the church and Christianity and religion and all that is bullshit, this is equally bullshit. But it's a way of influencing you nonetheless, right? So, yeah, the depth of Satan's eyes. So how deep into those eyes will you fall? Yeah, the vocalization there could also be like when you're sailing along, you hear the sirens. The world is a swamp of shit. Which is also such a ridiculous lyric. Beautiful. So, like, the world is full of shit, and it fluctuates, it farts up a storm that you're lost in, which is like a haze, a fog. Also, abandon the long-lost man your child portrays. Oh, that's such a good line. So yeah, he's talking about how much it's like a vortex and how much you can get lost into that. And then you have this weird chant. Oh, because they sound hypnotized, right? They sound like into the eyes of, like they're just lost. They're falling. Yeah, so all ye who are lost at sea, just look to the light, which end up being Satan's eyes. So how easy it is again to influence and to direct you towards the Dark Lord. Beautiful. Anyway, that was the depths of Satan's eyes. Guys, we've got one song left, and that's Monstrance Clock, which reading it quickly can be so many different things. Anyway, this is Monstrance Clock, the last song on the album. Thank you for taking this ride with me. Let's go.
To the sound of the monstrance clock,
which I didn't know was the thing that priests carry when they walk into church. The weird thing with the mirror in the middle. I did not know what that was called until this song. Hell yeah. And also I feel like this song is about a mass, but a black mass.
to the sound of the monstrous clock, air is cleansed, assembled flock, black candles burn all minds alive, as the parish sighs in smoke, enters Lady Reveal of Cloak.
The Zombie Queen? Oh. The melody here is so cool. Because it sounds like a hymn almost. So they've all gathered and it sounds like a hymn kind of almost. So enter Lady Revealed of Cloak. Is that the Zombie Queen, the Ghuleh? Because now she's part of it, right? She's part of the ritual. And now they've gathered for Black Mass. Broke out the theremin for this one. That's what it's called, right? Theremin? Theremin? Something. Anyway, the weird.
To the sound of the end of day, mesmerize the assembled sway.
Yeah.
Candles burn all minds alive.
Which tie into the previous song. They're caught in the gaze of Satan's eyes.
Paralyzing pentagram.
Horns of Ram, which symbol Satan.
Sound of the monstrous clock. Singing, come together,
Oh,
together as a one.
ooh, love that.
Come together,
Very dissonant too, like it's something is wrong with the vocoder.
come together, together as a one. Come together.
That riff is also really tasty. So I guess this is like the anointment ceremony for the Antichrist. They're basically placing the crown on his head. And his zombie queen is there at his side. Probably. Doesn't this just evoke the image of all of them standing in like a dilapidated church that they've just taken over, and they're all just singing, praising? Oh. Yeah, like that, literally there. Because the echoey hall vibe, they're just standing in this, like, you know, this chapel or this church or cathedral even, and just singing together. And he's been anointed, basically. I guess he's come of age now. He's ready to take over. Oh, so good. So like this album, the way it's written, there's like a dual narrative going on, right? You have obviously the introduction of the Antichrist as a baby, right? And you see him grow up through the album. Like basically you see points of his life in Jigolo Har Megiddo, where he's like this promiscuous sort of fuckboy, basically. Like I will impregnate your daughters and create my legion. And then, you know, year zero is the new year. So that's like the birthday's over. And then, you know, you have Body and Blood, which references the Son of God, but really they're talking about Son of Satan, right? Idolatrine. The dual narrative I'm talking about here is like songs like Secular Haze, Year Zero, Body and Christ, Idolatrine. They're talking about concurrently the legions of hell are taking over. The narrative is that it's so easy to take over because you guys are so blind by your faith. We're just going to swoop in and take over. While the Antichrist is growing up, we're waiting for him to come of age before he can start ruling. Also, at the same time, we're going to raise the zombie queen to be his queen, I guess, to be his wife and rule over. And then Monstrance Clock is his anointment ceremony. So like, and Depth of Satan's Eyes is like all the lost strays that the church have let go or that have vacated or left the church. We're going to take them in and bring them to our side. And now we've all gathered at the Monstrance Clock for the anointment ceremony. So this guy and his zombie queen, Enter Lady of Cloak, can shoot off and take off and basically rule the earth, which is so cool. At least that's what I'm seeing from the narrative. That's what I'm seeing happen. There's two stories happening at the same time. People taking over and this guy growing up and coming of age in order to take over. Dude, Infestissumam, such a good song. Such a good album. And like the last album, the narrative is going forward. I feel like Skeletor, I feel like I read something where he said Skeletor is not going to have a particular narrative. It's just going to deal with some different themes, which is cool, I guess. There's not going to be like a narrative. So I'm curious where this narrative falls off or ends, not necessarily falls off, because the albums, there are 5 albums, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was told that Ceremony and Devotion is a live album, as is Right Here, Right Now. But yeah, so Meliora, Prequel, and Impera are the 3 albums we have left. And then Skeletor. So Impera, Prequel, is that like a prequel? Is that what that means? Like we're going back in time? And then Impera, which I think means ruler. So I'm curious if this is where the narrative sort of drops off. And now he's dealing with just thematic stuff in the new album, Skeletor, which is cool. I'm all for that. But anyway, you guys let me know what you thought. And like I said at the start of this video, I'm sorry this couldn't be my first true reaction. The VOD audio kind of bailed on me. But I was still able to offer my insight and analysis and experience the narrative. So I hope that was clear. Let me know what you guys thought. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. And yeah, come see me live. I'm going to be reacting to Meliora on Twitch, going through the whole album. And then hopefully, if the VOD doesn't get corrupted, or I don't even know if corrupted is the right word, but if that file is okay, I can upload that to YouTube. But I probably will just record it simultaneously. We'll see. But yeah, that's going to be in the next Twitch stream. So come join me for that. Link is down below. You guys have a good day. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.